Yeah, good morning. This is Bang Bang Ray Hill. Just a little bit about it's part three really. It's like a rehab. So they take me to a place opposite IKEA to a house. I've already told you this, but let's get this from there. Yeah, and they take me in the house, and I've got the top floor. I go in the room. I can't believe it. There's a shower. One of them showers you walk in, like a cubicle. One big plastic cubicle you walk in. Next to that is a little sink, tiny little sink. And next to that is like a portaloo, yeah, where you walk into it, you shut the door, it's all plastic, yeah. You walk in and you have a toilet, I don't know what happens, it goes into a big thing downstairs, I don't know what it is, anyway, but that's your room, and a single bed, and a little dresser drawers, no wardrobe, yeah. And anyway, so I'm with the probation officer from the hostel. A nice guy, man. But he looks at this place. He said, "What do you reckon?" I said, "Look, really, it's not a bit of me. You know, I mean, I can't see me staying here, but because I'm in the hostel, because I've got a choice, I'll have a look at it for one day." Yeah. He said, "Okay, he said, do what you got to do." He said, "I'll be in touch with you tomorrow." Yeah. So I said, "All right, fair enough." So anyway, he went. So I just tried to open the windows. The windows right onto the North Circular, about, I don't know, a couple of yards from the North Circular. The windows you could hardly see out. They were black. They were black like a mist, yeah. No curtains, just little crinkly windows. And I couldn't even open the window. The window would not open. You know? So I thought, this ain't a good start, mate. I won't be able to breathe here. And I've got asthma. I can't, no way can I have this, you know what I mean? Anyway, I just sat on the bed. There's no chair or nothing like that. I sat on the bed to look around. The bed, the mattress was soiled like you wouldn't believe. I went, I'm not having this, mate. I can't have it. I just can't have it. But he's gone. But I said I'll stay here and have a little look and see what I think. So I come out of my room and I'm walking downstairs. Listen, I'm not racist at all. But there was so many, I suppose, what were they, Sri Lankans, Indians, I don't know what they were, but loads of them. And the place smelt like a curry house, yeah? And they're all running around chanting, music, Indian music going, blaring. I thought, nah, I can't have this, mate. This ain't for me at all, you know what I mean? And they're all walking around big pots and bits and pieces. How are you? All right, mate, nice one. And music's coming out, you got someone else downstairs, all chanting. I thought, mate, I ain't racist, but I can't stay here. I'm on the top floor. I can't stay here. I mean, imagine being in the middle floor. I can't have none of this. And I looked at it and I thought, nah, mate, this ain't for me. It was this horrible smell, like a curry smell. So I thought I'd have a little walk. So have a look. I mean, come on, I want to walk round and see what it's like. So I come in there, done the left at the lights and walked to Holston that way. Had a long walk, come back, and I felt better when I had the walk. I thought, oh yeah, we've got to try it. Went into the hostel again, went upstairs. Mate, I had my bed in there with me. Nah, can't do it, mate. The room was boiling, not boiling hot, but by the time night time come, I'd have died, mate. There's no air at all. I'd have smashed the window. Then I'd have got a recall. So I thought, nah, ain't for me. So I just got my bag and I walked all the way to Ealing Broadway, which, I don't know, from there, what's it, 4 mile, 5 mile? I walked all the way there and got there and rang the bell. They said, "What are you doing back here?" I said, "Listen, I can't stay there. It's impossible for me to stay there." He told me to give it a day. I can't even give it a day. I can't even stay there, mate. I explained to the woman. She said, "All right, Mr. Your room's still there. We'll be there because all my stuff's in there. You're going there." So in the morning, I come down. My probation officer of the hostel. He come in. It's like you've got your own probation officer and the one that runs the hostel, yeah. he's your key worker as such, yeah? So he's trying to talk to me, explain to me what's going to go on. He said, look, what it is, Ray, he said, you've got 3 choices. After that, if you don't take them, you go back to prison. So I'm going to myself, this ain't good. This ain't good. I've had one chance, yeah? So what we decided to do is go to Kingston. Is go to Kingston where I lived before. I've lost everything. I've got nothing. So I go to Kingston. We're in Kingston Council. I see this guy, black guy. He was a gentleman, mate. He couldn't help me out enough. Took all my particulars down. Yes. Give him my age. Give him everything, yeah. Okay, we'll be in touch. Give us a couple of days. Went away, come back. Went back to the hostel. Same thing every night. Up and down the stairs. Crash. Old Bill running up, nicking someone, taking them out. Recall, whatever it's going to be. It's a madhouse in there, mate. You've got 7 months of that madhouse, and you can't sleep. You never know you're going to crash your door, even though you've not done nothing. You're still jitters. You are still in the jitters. And I ain't doing nothing else, just in case someone comes in the room and catches me. It's a bit embarrassing, isn't it? You know what I mean? So anyway, what makes it worse is you're actually going downstairs past the office, and that person is in the office, you know, and you've got to sign the book, and that person's looking at you a bit weird, you know what I mean? And as if you're not human. And anyway, so a couple of days we get a call, go back to Kingston. We found you something, Mr. Hill, and it's something that you might like, and then again you might not. It's one of them places where the old people live. I forget what they call them anyway. It's in my head, but I forget. Sorry. We'll take you there. Yeah. I went there. It was in New Malden that way. Just past Kingston, and I thought, wow, went in this place. As I walked into this place, it was like a yard. It was a big, shaped like a horseshoe. All these little flats around the place and all that. And all I really could see when I was walking to it was lots of these people walking about, very old people. With Zimmer frames, couple of Zimmer frames, people sitting out. It was not bad. The weather wasn't bad. People sitting outside, and I walked into this like a 3-story little block of flats. Yeah, downstairs was the office and all this, and people in the security and this that and the other. So residential home. Yeah. So. See this guy that it was a security. He ran the place. I took my name. I was with my probation officer, you know, and he sort of like signed the books and this that, and they took me to this room. Well, took me to this little flat. It was like a bedsit, yeah. And your own toilet, your own bathroom, but it was like a bed and a little chair. Tables and all that sort of thing. You had the wardrobes and all that. Clean. But I've got a funny thing about smells. I can't stand smells, yeah. But it smelled old. It smelled old, you know, like, I don't know if you ever smelled that smell. It smells an old, really old smell, yeah. And I'm looking and I'm thinking to myself, and as I'm walking around the rooms, there's these square, white, plastic things going around the walls, yeah. And he explains to us that if you feel ill, you press that anywhere these plastic things where you press them. Just a warning comes to me. I come up the door and come see how you are. And I looked about and I thought, am I that old? You know what I mean? Residential place. I'm legit, like the people in there. There's no one that looks and acts as young as me. Even the security guy, he doesn't look as young as me. He hasn't got no energy about him, yeah? I've been in prison for X amount of time. I trained all the time. I can imagine getting knocked on the door at night asking me for sugar and milk and all that. These old women, it's terrible, really. Old people were, but they were a lot older than me. If not, they were the same age as me. They was in plenty of trouble, yeah. So the probation officer, even he said that. He said it to me. He said, "No, this isn't for you, mate. This not residential homes is not for you, mate. Not at all. No, we can't accept this site." So I went back to the place and they said, "Well, that's all we really got at the moment for a person his age." 60 odd years of age. He's got one. I went, 61. Jesus Christ Almighty. You know what I mean? Is this it? You know, is it the end of the road for me now? I don't know. I can't believe it. So anyway, I don't argue with him. I'm not into the arguing. Listen, at this time, I'm out on the street, on the road, yeah. So I went back to the hostel, got all my stuff down the gym. Good workout, mate. I've had a really, really cracking workout. And the guy in the gym said to me, "Look, I've already passed all my courses for my gym. I'm an instructor, yeah. I'm an instructor. I've passed all my courses." He's saying to me, "I can't believe that you stay in the gym for so long, Mr. Hill." Ray, not Mr. Hill, Ray. You know, he did call me Mr. Hill, but Ray. He said Ray, and he said, "Okay." He said, "I can't believe that you stay in the gym for so long, like 2 hours, and you're working out all the time." He said, "Have you ever looked out for a job as an instructor?" I said, "No." He said, "Look, why don't I look at you to see what you can do, you know, as an instructor?" It's something that I really want to do, and it was Eden's gym is a fantastic gym, yeah. And I thought to myself, this is my chance, yeah. And I didn't take the offer at first. So I said to him, "Look, let me think about it, yeah." But what was a bit dodgy was that I was in the social, yeah. The social were the people who were going to pay all my rent and everything, yeah. If I've got this job, I've got to be more responsible, and I'm the one who's got to pay the rent. I've got to pay all my bills. Social just give me a little bit of money, whatever it is. You're allowed to work, I think it's 14 hours, something like that. So I explained it to him, that this, that and the other. He said, "Well, 14 hours would be no good, because we'd like you to do a rota where you come in one morning at 7 and you're there till 1 or whatever it is, and you go home and that's it. And you work rotas that you do the next week, nights or evenings or whatever it is." So I was really interested. I see a few instructors in there and a couple of personal. There was people in there getting like £80 an hour in there. It's not instructors. They were personal instructors. I'm just an instructor. They're personal instructors. Got all their computers. And said, "I didn't take my course as a personal instructor, but I am a personal instructor as such because I've done everything. I looked after the gym for 7 years, yeah. So I know everything there is to know, circuits, everything, body structure, everything I know." So he's asking me this, he's asking me that question. I'm sort of giving all the right answers. He said, "You're just the person that we're looking for, Ray, you know." And I was looking at it, and these people, what the instructors in Eden's were good instructors, yeah, but they seem to do the same thing for every person, right? And they're not putting them through it, you know. If I was an instructor, I would put you through it so bad, you know what I mean? Not the first time, I would take it easy, but the second and third time, I would make you work, and I would make you, when you come out of that gym, and you walk to the changing room to have a shower, you're only too pleased to get in there and sit down and go, "Whoa, this man." And when you had that shower and got yourself dressed and you come out of that gym, you'd feel $1 million. That's what I do, yeah. So I explained that to him, and I think his name is John, I forget his name. He said, "You are what we want." And I walked away, went to the hostel. I didn't have long left in the hostel to find something. I've already knocked 2 places back, yeah. So I've got one more. Now, as before, when I first come out and I walked down some probation in Askew Road, I got nearly a recall for talking to someone that had been in prison. And and you don't ever forget that, you know what I mean? But it's even when I walk to the gym at Eden's, there's people in there that have been in prison. So but not people like myself, but silly, even if my mate was only for a motor offence, you know what I mean? Anyway, so I've got to be very, very careful. So I'm talking to him, basically explaining it to him. But whilst I'm in the hostel, I've got to go down to Hanwell. No, sorry. Anyway, in Ealing, West Ealing, and I'm under for rehab for the drugs that I took when I got nicked, cracked and all that. I haven't took no drugs for 10 years. So, but I've still got to see this guy who's my rehab person, yeah. And he's a black guy with glasses, nice guy. Go there in West Ealing, go in upstairs, and when you go in there, there's like, you can understand why it's called a rehab or a drugs unit. There's people in there you don't even want to sit to them next to them just in case they pick in your pockets, you know what I mean? I was going like, I'm massive, I'm massive, you know what I mean? And I'm training all the time. Anyway, I've been seeing this guy for about 4 months, maybe 5 months. And every time I go there, I have to draw and talk to him and show him things and this, that and the other. And one day, this is, now, let me explain before I tell you about the rehab, yeah? This guy in the rehab. I told you that I can't talk to people that have been in prison and find out I've got a good chance of getting a recall, right? Anyway, I'm in Ealing, come out of Eden's gym. I'm walking down the road with my bag. All of a sudden, beep, beep. It's a guy called Stevie Smith, that I was in the Mount with. And I was to Bristol with. This geezer is the nicest guy you could ever meet. Stevie Smith, a lot of people know him there. I've been told he's on the run at the moment, I'm not quite sure. Anyway, he is such a nice geezer. It's them people it's very, very hard to meet, like my mate Mickey Cook. It's very hard to meet these people, and my mate Terry Haley. It's very hard to meet these people, yeah? But he's like that. Hello, mate, how you going? He said, God, good to see you, mate. He said, you've been home? I said, well, I've been home about 6 months. He said, God, how comes I ain't bumped into you before? What are you up to? So he said, get in. I said, look up, Steve, it's a bit awkward for me. He said, get in. Right, he took me to this restaurant. We had something to eat. He went, what are you up to anyway? So I said, I explained to him about the gym, explained to him about it. He said, oh, fuck me, right. He said, that's what you want, mate. He said, stop all this shit about being a gangster and a villain and doing that. He said, come on, you couldn't get no better feeling at the gym. He said, come on, you looked after the gym in the Mount. He said, come on, mate. I was there with him, yeah. So he's gone, you got clothes and all that, and I said, well, yeah, of course. He said, come on, we go shopping. He bought me loads of clothes, and I couldn't believe this guy was like, just like your brother, like it's unbelievable. I mean, no, I thought, God, what? He went, where are you living? I said, well, I'm still in the hostel. He said, what? He said, what about a flat? You got a flat? And I said, no, I've got to look for a flat. I've got to look for one more. I explained to the flats that I've been in. He went, Uncle, remember me, mate, cool. Hello, Rod. This guy called Rodney Hutchison, yeah. Just people, you can't believe what people are like, you know, like you just meet these people that are so nice, you know what I mean? And you think you've been in prison, you've been an arsehole all your life, but there again, you start to meet nice people. They've been in prison, but these people are just so nice. Rodney Hutchison. So he went, Rod, he said, is that flat an hour still empty, mate? And it belonged to Stevenson, right? He went, yeah, what's up? He said, can I go and look at it? He said, yeah, no problem, mate. He said, where are you now? He said, I'm at Ealing. He said, okay, where about? He said, we met each other. I shook Rod's hand. It was nice. He's a gentleman. Give me some money. And I thought, what's going on there? Took me to Harrow. Took me to his flat in Hampden Road. And went upstairs, mate. It was like a palace to me. It's like a palace. Something I've never. I lost a lot. I lost all my places. I had beautiful homes in Kingston and everything. It was exceptionally unbelievable, private roads and everything. My place was exceptionally beautiful, yeah. But to be in prison 10 years, in one little room, like a box room, and come out to the hostel and not living, you're just existing as such, yeah. And for me to go in that flat, one bedroom flat, up the flight of stairs, and a nice kitchen and a bathroom and everything, and I went, oh my God. He said, do you want this? I went, really, Steve? He said, yeah, do you want this? I went, yeah, of course. He went, here's the keys, crack on. I went, fucking hell, I couldn't believe it. So I went back to the hostel and see the probation officer, this guy, my case officer, and he went, you've got to go and see your probation officer, you've got to do all this proper, he's got to come, they've got to personally come and look at it to see if it's safe for you to live there, get in touch with the people that own it. The person that owns it's been in prison. So the probation officer phones him up, talks to him, it's okay, he's been in prison about 20 or 30 years ago, he's got his own business, he's proper, so I've got the flat. So now I've got to go down to the social, the town hall, see the people about me being on a social, and they've got to pay. It's all a big rigmarole, yeah, but it's something that you've got to do, and I would do anything now to get out of the hospital, and it's my flat. So I go back to the hospital with the keys, I show my case officer, he's excited, but he wants to come and see it, he's got to approve it, and they all got to approve it, and they do. But I've still I'm in the hospital for about another week, yeah. It's everything signed, done. Yes, now I'm really proving myself. I don't want to get myself in any sort of trouble. This is what happens. Goes to see the rehab guy, I've got a flat. So anyway, I'm sitting there with him. I'm talking to him. He said, I've got a flat. He's got to come and see it as well, yeah? Because you've got to look at the area and what the area's like and all this crap. So I've got to take him to the flat. He can't believe it. He said, oh, this is nice. This is better than my place. He said, you're so lucky. I said, pardon me? And he knew he said something wrong, yeah? You're so lucky. I said, I'm so lucky. Why am I so lucky? I've lost everything, mate. I've got no family. I've got my mum, she's ill. I said, I come out of prison, I've got nothing, mate. No money, nothing. I've lost everything, wife, kids, everything. Members of my family don't want to know me. Just done 10 years IPP. I've got nothing in my pocket. Why am I lucky? And he shut up, mate. He shut up. He got in the car and he left me there to do what I've got to do. Went back to the hospital, got my bus, got my train, got off at Ealing, crashed, walked to the hospital from Broadway, it's only around the corner. And get your gear packed, you're going. It's nothing better than that. And they called me in the office and they said to me, Mr. Hill, we just had a call from your rehab. You're now off of the rehab. They no longer want to see you. There's no point. What I said to him, I don't know what, they must have shook him up to think that I said that. And he must have realised then that, yes, this guy is over it, mate. The way he talks to me there, it's perfect, yeah. And I went to the flat. And I walked in this flat, mate, and there was nothing in there at all. Not a thing. So I had to get hold of the social and these people to borrow me some money to get. Anyway, I got a bed and I got my food in the kitchen. There was a nice stove there. My mate Rod got a fridge, washing machine, and everything was in there. Everything that I wanted as far as that, just the bed, nothing in the front of me, I'll tell you nothing. But it was like being in a palace. A double bed. Well, not a bed actually, it was a double mattress on the floor. But who cares? Garden was massive. And literally living out there's a walk, I could walk anywhere, yeah. And I thought, this is me, mate. This is what I want. Go down and see the people about my money, this is getting a rent, and I want to get everything sorted. Rod comes and sees me. What do you need, mate? Gets me this, gets me that, get a city, but not what I want, but it is what it gets me. I start seeing people that I know. I can start now seeing people that I know. I still got to go to my new probation. Go to my new probation in Harrow. Go down there and see him. The one I see, beautiful, really, really nice guy. Talks to me about this, talks to me about that IPP. We haven't got many IPPs here. This, that, and the other. Talks to me about this. I'm in there about an hour. What about courses, Mr. Hill? I said, well, I've done all my courses, everything. You can check it out. I haven't got to do no more courses, yeah, as far as what I know. He went, okay. What about your mum? And I told him all about that. I said, but my mum's ill. I've still got to go and see my mum every day as much as I can. She's an actor. Okay, have you got a bus pass? No. He writes out this thing for me to send off to the bus pass. But I can't go and see my mum. I've got a little bit of money, but I've got to pay on the bus and the train to get to see my mum. But I'm waiting now for my bus pass. A bus pass comes, and it's an old age pension bus pass, yeah? But who cares? I've got a bus pass. I'm free to go on the buses and the trains, but only so far. Can't go out of London, yeah? But who cares? I've got a bus pass. So I can't believe it, you know what I mean? It's like, it's crazy. And then they start giving me a pension. Oh, fucking hell, mate. I didn't realise, it's mad, like the way your life changes, you know. 1 minute you got nothing, and then they're trying to give you everything possible they can give you. It's nothing. Your bus pass, old age pensioner, and that's it. Old age pensioner, crazy. So now I'm getting about what, £100 a week, something like that, with a pension, and I'm getting £22 a week. Listen, £22 a week pension. £22 a week. People are getting like grands. I'm getting £22. But what can I do? There's nothing I can do about it. I'm getting some credit pension and this, that, and the other. So I'm happy. Listen, I'm not bothered. I don't want to do anything to get me put back in prison. I go and see people that I know. People give me backhanders, but you can only go and see any people so long, and you can only get so many backhanders. And anyway, you've got to survive on what you get. You've got to go to places like Iceland's and buy pound meals and them sort of things, yeah, just to survive, yeah. And it's no longer going queuing up to get your food. So I used to go with my mum. My mum used to always look after me, my mum. I had the best mum in the world. She always used to look after me, you know what I mean? So my mum was the greatest person in the world for me, my mum. And I'm in Harrow, come and see my mum as much as possible. And everything was going well for me. Everything was going, I used to walk every day, go down to the gym, train. I got just do what I got to do. So weights, I used to train every day, yeah. And one day, I woke up, I had sort of like about 3 o'clock in the morning, heartburn. Really, really bad heartburn. I woke up, I drank a load of water, but it was so bad, mate, I couldn't hardly breathe. So in the morning, I hadn't been asleep, I got up, got dressed, got a bus to Rayners Lane Station, going to go and see my mum. But before I went to see my mum, I got a big bottle of water, drinking this water. I couldn't get this up, but it was driving me nuts. I got to Acton Station, and I couldn't walk up the stairs. I thought it was fucking weird, man. It was really paining me. I got up to the top, walked. Where my mum lives, there's a big hill. Not big. You think to me it was like Mount Everest. I couldn't breathe, and there was a woman in front of me with a baby in a buggy. I didn't want to pass her just because I fell over on the child. So I stayed behind her. She was walking so slow, but I stayed behind her. I didn't want to pass her. So I'm walking down my road. Got into my mum's house. Said, "Mum, I don't feel well, mate. Honestly, my chest is killing me." I explained to her what she said. "You're having a heart attack." I went, "Mum, something silly." She said, "Ray, you're having a heart attack. Get on the phone." She phoned the emergency system. They was in there, 20 minutes from Duquesne Road, next to the Scrubs. I really want to go back there. Anyway, so this is crazy, man. So anyway, ambulance comes, knocks at my front door, opened the front door. They rushed past me into my mum. right? Because my mum is, she's, as ambulances come quite a lot, just in case my mum, And he rushed past me and go to my mum. My mum said, no, it's my son. And he said, hold my hand, grab, squeeze my hand. And anyway, he said, wow, it don't seem like you're having an heart attack. You know what I mean? But they took me to the ambulance, put me in ECGs and all that. He said, we've got to take you back to the hospital. Took me back to the hospital, put sprays and stuff under my tongue. The whole room changed its colour, pink, my blue, but I thought, what's going on? Wow, oh God, Jesus Christ. And they said to me, okay, you've got to stay. This, that, and the other. They put his gel, done his gel things, everything for me. They've done everything the next day. They said, you're going to go down to the theatre. This, that, and the other. Explained a few things to me. They said to me they're going to put some stents into my heart, into my arteries, because my arteries are blocked up, and you always having a heart attack. Fucking hell. Do you know what I mean? It frightens the life out of you. And when I had all these things done, these gels and this, that, and the other, what they told me that I'd already had 2 heart attacks. My heart was really scarred up, or how they do it, they tell you. So when I was in the Mount, I'd already had 2 heart attacks, honestly. I remember one time in the Mount, I was upstairs and I was seeing some people. I come back downstairs, I laid on my bed and I fell asleep. Door was shut, bang. I didn't realise I'd been asleep that long, yeah? So now it's night time. But I'm laying on my bed and I think I'm dreaming that I'm in the gym. And I'm dreaming that I'm in the gym, laying on the bench, and some people are putting weights on my chest, big 20 kilo, 44 pound weights on my chest, to see how many I could have in my chest. And it seemed that the weight was there and I could hardly breathe. I was in a bad way, yeah? And so, but the screws come round to the door now and again looking in, but I didn't want to be like a child. So I asked him, I think I'm having an heart attack. I played it out, yeah? So all night long, I got this pain on my chest, weights on my chest, heaviness on my chest. And it's a heart attack, isn't it? Or something like a heart attack. Anyway, so morning comes, I'm up, bump, go down to I'm looking after this little gym, go down there, have a workout, I'm sweet. Mad. Anyway, about, I don't know, maybe 2 years later, a year later, I used to have nearly a chicken every day, every other day. I used to have, in the Mount, you can cook food and buy food, whatever you want to buy, yeah? So I bought chickens and all that, so every other day I had a whole chicken, potatoes and everything, right? So I've ate all this chicken, greedy. I've ate all this chicken. I'm sitting on the bed. The room changed all colours, yeah? Brown and all. I laid down, fell asleep. All of a sudden I woke up, I didn't feel too good. I stood up and I fell on the floor, dizzy, on the floor. I crawled over to the toilet because I could feel myself being sick. I spewed up everywhere, yeah? I was soaking wet from head to bottom. Soaking wet, mate. Sweating like anything. Kept being sick. Guy next door said, you all right, mate, because you can hear it? I said, no, do me a favour, get on the bell with her. I said, it's not right. Get on the bell, come to my cell, look for the flap. You all right, Ellie? I said, no, Governor, I'm not good, mate. I don't feel good. He said, so one of the screws said, is he sweating? He went, he's soaking. He went, you all right, mate? He said, look, we come back in a minute. And I'm in a right bad way. But I don't feel sick no more. But I'm still very weak. I managed to drag myself to the bed, pick myself up, lay on the bed. The screws then comes to the flap, and I'm just laying there, yeah? But there you go, walk away, must think I'm sleeping. But I am. I'll fall out in the morning. Anyway, that is it. This is what's happened to me. So I explain it to the hospital in Duquesne Road, Hammersmith Hospital, that I've had. So they explained to me that you've had 2 heart attacks. So that was it when I told them. They say, how you survived, Mr. Hill? Anyway, so they took me downstairs. But something that happened was absolutely crazy. I'm now had all these stents put in my heart, gone away, everything. I'm in Harrow, and I started to get a doctor, and I'm walking miles. I've got this little staff. I'm walking miles and miles and miles. And one day I don't feel too good, So I goes and see the doctor, and I went, look, I told him to explain some of the stents and this, and he said, look, you go back. So he made an appointment with me, go back to the hospital to see what you call them people in charge. Anyway, consultant, yeah. This woman, consultant. I think she was Arab or Indian or whatever. But really nice woman. I go to see her, and she looks really sad. She's not. I said, "Are you all right?" I said, "You don't look a bit run down. What's you got a problem? Not you got a problem. Let's say that. Is everything okay?" She said, "No, really, no." She said, she said, someone burgled my house the other day, and then he nicked all my kids' pictures on his silver frames and these little things you get on key rings, yeah? All my kids' pictures, and she said, it's upset me. I've got no more pictures. I said, you know what? I've been in prison most of my life, and I can't stand burglary. Well, her face changed. Her face changed like a witch to a witch, yeah? And she changed, her voice changed. I thought, what have I done? And they say never upset a barber, never upset someone who's got a restaurant, food, or never upset a doctor. You know what I mean? They've got their life in their hands. So I went, anyway. I thought, oh, what? She's gone to me, okay, what it is, you're going to come back so-and-so, and we're going to take you back down the theatre and give you another stent. Okay? They give me all the gel again, realised that I need another stent. Goes to the theatre, go for your wrist, come up for this, all that, and go in there, put another stent in. I'm laying there, and all of a sudden, she's not there, this woman, this consultant, and I'm laying there, but I can feel my gown being lifted up, and all of a sudden she comes in. She said, "Okay, Mr. Hill, we're just gonna puncture the bottom of your groin, go through there, and you go through. I don't know what to do to my heart, whatever, from down there, it's an artery, yeah, main artery." And she said, "You might feel pressure," and it hurt, I went, "Okay." Anyway. Done what she had to do. She come up to me on the left-hand side, and she put something into my hand, and she whispered shit to me, "Mr. Hill, this is not going to hurt. It's not painful, but and you'll just feel as if it's very, very hard to breathe, and it lasts maybe 20, 30 seconds, and then it comes back to normal. But we're going to put headphones on you, And okay, and things over my eyes. Done it. Are you okay? I said yes. Also, I couldn't fucking breathe. I swear, I thought I was gonna die. I was like, she tried, and being I'm like me, Ray, I ain't one of them people that scream out or cry about it. I mean, I just get on with it, yeah. And I'm laying there, and I can't breathe, mate. I thought, I'm going to die. And all of a sudden, now breathe normal, Mr. Hill. Wow. Do you know what, mate? And I thought, what is that? What did she do to me? What, I'm upset her. What has she done to me? And then it was all over. And I couldn't believe it, mate. I was like near to death, yeah? Wow, what is that? Is that to show me what art takes? I don't know, yeah? They take me upstairs to the ward, and they get this woman to clean me up because all the blood that's come, that's all around my groin, everything, yeah? So all of a sudden, the woman's going to clean me up, pull my sheet back. She went, "Oh my God," and she goes. And they come back, rush me back down the theatre. The consultant, whoever it was, forgot to block my artery in my groin. So the blood was pissing out of my artery in my groin. and it was all over the bed, and it was everywhere. Just warm. I thought, you know, like because you're numb anyway, but you can feel warmth, you know. And I thought it was just normal. And when she pulled the sheet back, it must have been coming out, gushing out. And they took me back down there, and they blocked me off. I don't know how to do it. You know what I mean? And they took me out and said, look, she explained to me, well, she couldn't believe it, you know. Anyway, so it's a mistake. It shouldn't have been a mistake. Anyway, I don't make no big complaints about it. You're the first people I'm telling. I'm going to sue. Anyway, so I'm joking. So then you want to stay? I said, no, I ain't staying. I'm going home. So I'm home, done. All this now, heart attacks, everything is sweet. But do you know, like when they come to my house and they said to me that you have a heart attack, and they sent me my mum and they took me back to the hospital and then give me the stents in my heart, stents in my thing. I felt beautiful when I came out. I didn't think different as it happened, but I could breathe more easy. And that happened after, yeah. But the hostel, I forgot about. Everything was going really, really well. I had a place in Harrow. I was going to the gym every day, training. I had a little staff. And my little staff, she was absolutely stunning. I got her, well, what it was, I was walking down the road, waiting for a bus, and I see this dog come rushing towards me, and I got hold of it and stopped, and I thought it's going to kill me, you know, a little staff, you know what I mean? And she, I called her Paws, yeah? She was like black, but she was brindle, but she was grease everywhere. I've got hold of her, she was full of grease. And no one was around, so I took her home, yeah? Put her in a bath and soap and everything, cleaned her up, and she was beautiful, man. She was very tiny. She was neglected. She didn't have, I'd give her some food, and she scoffed the food, made her a little bed, and she was beautiful. I looked after her so like a baby, man. I took her out every day. We'd walk miles and miles and miles. We'd come back, and she was my mate, you know. And she hated all the dogs around where I lived, and she'd look up, jump out of my settee onto the window and look out, go mad. Beautiful house dog. Kids downstairs, she'd go downstairs, play with the kids, and she was just so nice. And I took her to the vets one day, PDSA, which I had no money to go to there, rather than RSPCA, PDSA. And they told me that she had something wrong with her, and they gave me these steroids to give to her. Being that I loved her so much, yeah, I'd give her the steroids, and I'd wake up in the morning, go in the kitchen, let her out, and I looked into her bed, and she spit them out, the steroids. The bed was like, you know, I said, no, come on. I tried to open her mouth to put these steroids in. Let me tell you something. When people say these dogs have got lockjaws, they really have. It was impossible, and I'm saying impossible, to open her jaws. You couldn't do it. So I used to tell her off, yeah, get down there, fucking stairs. She used to go down the stairs, sit down at the bottom and look at me like a baby. Come up here, you little shit. Come up. All over me on the settee. And then I'd try to give her a thing, she wouldn't take it. So I had to do it cunning. I had to put it in her food, give her meat and ham and all that, and give it her. But sometimes I still find it there. But anyway. This day, she's in the garden. There was some people come downstairs. Anyway, she's in the garden, and she, I was just saying, she seemed funny to me, yeah. So we was going for this walk, and it was quite nice and sunny day, and we'd gone for about 4 or 5 mile walk, and she collapsed. So I went to the shop, got a bottle of water, put it all around her neck and all this, that and the other. So cooled her down. So she laid down, her legs stretched out, back legs stretched out, and she looked, all right, babe, and she's there. And I put the water, I said, come. And she kept walking down there, and she collapsed again. I thought, what's going on? And I had about 3 miles to walk. And she walked, stop, and I put more water, she walked, stop, collapse. Eventually I had to pick her up, yeah? and walk her, and I put her back down. She was a lot better. She got home, yeah. But as we got near the home, she collapsed again. So this time was with her, stroking her, and she sort of jumped up and started walking. But as I took her clip off to near the home to walk, she walked into about 2 gardens and knocked over all their bins. She was bang. She didn't know where she was, yeah, as if she was drugged up. And so when she got to the front door, it was a really hot day. I put her by the front door, and it was shady. All right, I went upstairs, got the water, come back, and then she's just laying there. I was going, "You all right, baby?" And I put water on her and all this. And I took her upstairs to the bed. I got about an inch of water, not even that, in the bath, and put her in the bath and put cold water all over her. Thought she was dehydrated or something, I don't know. I took her into a basket, cleaned her up, took her into a little bed. All of a sudden, she pooed. She pooed herself. There was poo everywhere, right? I couldn't believe it, man. And then, all of a sudden, she was sick, and blood come out of her mouth like a water everywhere. Blood. I was crying, man. I was crying so bad, you know what I mean? What's happened? I don't know what's going on. She's been poisoned? What's happening? So my mate about 3 doors down has got a staff and loved my staff. I knocked at the door and said, "Can you give me a hand, please? My dog's really bad." He come upstairs, great. He couldn't believe it when he see her. He went, "We got you better phone the PDSA," but this is like, I think it was like a holiday or whatever it was. They explained to me that he couldn't see my dog. I told her this and told them that, and they sent me to a private clinic in North Harrow. But they paid for it, I didn't pay for it. Went to the woman, took the dog out of the thing, went in there, standing outside, it was like Corona was on, yeah. The woman told me that I can't come in, yeah. Only I can take the dog, give her the dog. She took the dog in. And she said, "Go away and I'll phone you up when we find out what's wrong with her." So I went for the phone, "Mr. Hill, it's bad news. What it is, she's lovely, she's on her back, and we're playing with her, she's tickling her, but underneath, she's got all purple, blue lines and big blue marks all over her, underneath, all around by her titties, yeah? She's been poisoned. She's been poisoned, Mr. Hill. She's ate something it's poisoned her, and the whole system's gone. Now, we're going to give her this, that and the other, but we believe that all her organs have failed. This is what happened. This is why she's getting fallen over. Listen, we can give her an operation, yeah, but we don't think she is going to pull through. She's in a bad way, and if we give her an operation, she does pull through, she won't be the same dog." I went, "God, I can't believe it, mate." I said, "What do you want to do?" I said, "Well, we've got to put her to sleep. We think that's the best thing for her, because if we give her an operation still, and she won't be the same dog, and she might not be able to walk, and this, that, and the other." Anyway, I should have kept her, but my heart, I cried like a baby when they said they put her to sleep and she was dead, and mate, I cried. And I haven't took drugs for, I don't know, years, 20 years. I bought some cocaine, and I bought a bottle of wine, and I fucking downed the coke and I downed the wine, and I tried to fucking OD myself, honestly, over a dog. Like a baby, I loved it to death, man. It knocked me out for 2 days. I woke up all sick on the floor, and I was in a bad way, yeah. And I got in the bath, had a shower, got dressed, I went for a walk. I could just about stand up, yeah. But it killed me. I wasn't the same for days, yeah. I kept calling her, like waking up, "Come on," and it's mad. It's like it's like a baby. I mean, I couldn't believe it. It's like what I've gone through for a dog. I went home and told my mum. Mum was really upset because it happens about another dog my mum had, and it was really upsetting, you know what I mean? Anyway, my mum hadn't been feeling too good. Her shoulders, she was getting cramped around her shoulders, her back was paining her. And I was getting the same system when I had a heart attack before, and I said, "Mum, you ain't not having a heart attack, but I didn't want to upset that much, didn't want to make her feel bad." She said, no, I'm all right, my heart's all right. I just got pain in the back of my neck. I wasn't there. My brother's come home. My mum stretched out on the sofa. Went down to the doctors. They said she's okay. Tell her to take some paracetamol. My mum's brother's gone. Phoned up. She's ill. Phoned up the doctors. Mrs. Hill, you're okay. Just lay down. Take some paracetamol. Doctor's just round the corner. My brother, just by chance, come in, and she's laying on the seat, knocked out. He phones the ambulance. They took her away. She's had a heart attack. But my mum was a soldier, mate. My mum was powerful, man, strong. Took her to Amsterdam Hospital. I'll go and see her. She's in a bad way, but anyway, she comes home, and it happens again. I take her back to hospital. These people down the bottom of the hospital, not doctors down the hospital, killed my mum, mate. Take her to hospital, and they put his finger under her arm, and it slowly killed my mum. Stops her heart, yeah. And all the family go and see her, and she's saying she's seeing all her sisters at the end of the bed. They're all dead. She's seeing them at the end of the bed, calling her in, like that. I don't go see my mum anymore. I don't want to see her die, you know. That was, I smashed the hospital with that. And my sisters, and I don't want to talk to my sisters, my brothers, I haven't talked to them for years. And they're there, yeah. I can't stand them, man. My mum passes away. Everything in the house, I'm sitting in my mum's chair. My sisters come in, my brothers come in, and they want this. Anyway, cut a long story short, they even turned the gas off and the electric off, so I can't stay there. Big house, mate, massive house, worth, I don't know, 2 million, massive council house in a place called Mill Hill Road. It's private. My mum's lived there 40 years, 50 years. And then she goes, and I don't even go to a funeral. My mum gets cremated. I don't even go there. I don't want to go to my brothers and sisters there, and my aunt, and all the people that I don't like. I can't go there, mate. I'm going to kill them, in a way. I don't want to go there. I can't. I know that if I go there, I'm going to go mad, and I'm going to get a recall, and it ain't worth it for me. So I don't go to see my mum. But ever since that time, I've not even gone to see my mum. I always cry about it, you know what I mean? Get upset that I should have gone, and what a child I am. Anyway, that's beside the point. Let's not get into that because that's quite sad. Anyway, so that's all happened, and everything's all upside down, and off my dogs, my mum, and I'm in Harrow, and I'm just surviving. Anyway, this is Bang Bang Rail, and there's another bit after that, yeah, because I've done long enough, I've done nearly an hour now. So this is Bang Bang Rail. Please press the like button and subscribe, and good morning, yeah, bye-bye.